Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake goes by.
Wake your punk ass up. That crust out your eyes.
How you been, brother?
What's happening, big
Plies is here, man.
Yeah.
Plies is here.
What's up?
It's been a minute since I've seen you.
Wet was that?
What do you mean with wet?
She could be in this room.
She could be in this
Oh,
room.
wow.
Well, everybody
Don't
got
jump. Don't jump off the conversation. Now. Don't stop the talking now.
Get at her, Plies. Get at her.
I want to know where wet at. Every time Sway say your name, I go, had a girl. Wet. Where wet at?
I gotta put you on the remix. I gotta put you on the remix.
Lies, child.
No.
How you been, man?
Hey, man, been on my Obama thing. Been out here, man, in these streets, touching these people. So, that's what it's always been about with me. I get a little nervous when they tell me I got to come up here and do this mainstream stuff. I get a little.
Plies just called. Did you just call me mainstream?
You gotta be mainstream. You everywhere. You ain't underground.
No, I'm not underground, man. Let me ask you a question. If you accumulate all the sales you had from all the different singles you put out, from Busted Baby to Becky Medicine, Shawty, whatever, all the different things you've done, how many singles have you sold digitally download?
Man, I got.
If you threw a number out there,
I got a lot of plaques, so it's over it's probably over 3 million.
Over 3 million, and then albums, all the different albums you've done cumulatively.
It's probably over a couple million, huh?
About a couple million. So we're talking. It's really more than that. Like I'm sure singles is more than that. Hey, homie,
what's up?
You mainstream too, baby. Come on, man. Welcome, baby.
No, absolutely. That's money. I think the mainstream side of it, when I say mainstream, that's where the check's at.
Yeah, right.
But for me, I think my core and the people who keep me who I am, that's the underneath. So for me, them people always been important to me, and it is extra important to me now, though.
You it feels like you've been away.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time, what's been happening like for you?
Just been out here living my music. I think for me, the different side of my situation hard for a lot of people to understand, because when you say relevant, like I always tell people, relevant and hot, two different things.
Okay.
Relevant is just being on radio and on TV. But being hot is when the promoter drop that sack on you and you do 3,000 people tonight in the club.
Yeah.
Because you can be on TV and you can be on radio and, you do 200, 300 people in the club. So for me, it's just been about that. Like, I feel like it's so important now, with the game changing a little bit, to make sure that your core is always satisfied and they always happy. I feel like when you come time to mainstream, it's time to be on TV and time to send the rocket, through the radio. Them people gonna always be there, but your core can leave you if you ain't satisfied them.
The core can leave you if you ain't satisfied. You said there's been a lot of changes. What have you done to adapt to the changes? Or you just stay in the course?
Keeping my eyes and ears open.
Yeah.
I feel like when I first got in it, coming from where I come from in Fort Myers, I always tell people this story, when you seen somebody with a camera, you thought they was the police.
Yeah.
Like, we ain't run to no camera. We ran from the camera. But now, it's a camera everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I had to rally check up my partners. Like, my partners, they bring in the trap and all. They show you everything going on in the trap with the camera now for Instagram and for Twitter. And times have changed. But for me, I got a set of principles that some of my principles non-negotiable. But it's some things that's good for business too. And I got to be able to do those things.
Yeah. So you got an Instagram account and all that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. How many followers you got?
I don't know.
Yeah, you mainstream, baby. I already know what it is.
Look how Sway do me.
I already know what it is.
Look how Sway do me.
Come on, man. I'm
it's
just
all
saying
love,
that, man. Look at my chains. Look at your chains.
Sway, you don't wear chains.
I'm just saying, no.
No. Look at your connects and look at mine.
Who's my connects?
The president?
You better
believe it. Yeah. Good point, man. I'm sorry, guys. You're right. I'm going to stop this topic. All right, look, I want to play Faithful. You got Rico Love on this. That's the homie. Yeah, and how did that song come together?
Being in Craig Calvin at Atlantic, he sat to me. Him and Mike Karen, they sat to me. They wanted me to go down and work with Rico for a couple of days. It was easy. It was an easy process. Rico always been a supporter and a fan of my situation, being in Florida. And I always respected his pen. So when we went down, it kind of ran over. We ended up doing probably about 12, 13, 14 records when I went in with him. So This record just was one of them records. When I heard it, I just felt like this was an elevated version of me.
Wow.
It was still a record that some people may consider to be edgy, but it's what I call honest music.
Honest music.
Yeah.
All right, Faithful right here, man. It's Plies. You want to talk with them? 888-742-3345. All right, keep the music going.
Sound good.
You know, you in a relationship right now, and you ain't sure about your girl. As long as that pussy is faithful, she get everything.
Everything.
Wet.
I'm down for that.
Okay?
Literally.
I ain't mad at that, man. Ain't nothing. Man, all a man really want is a
That's
loyal
it.
woman.
That's all we want.
But we ain't got to think about it when we walk away from home or.
That's an even swap.
And if you out in the crowd and there's a bunch of people there, I could look away and I know my girl ain't tripping on the other people.
Even swap ain't no swindle.
There it is, right
But
there.
let's get to the money part of it, though. Because remember the second half of it, if the pussy stays faithful, and then what'd you say?
As long as the pussy is faithful, you get
Whatever
everything
she
you
want,
put-
I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
So then, think about the last good pussy you had, Mr. Plies. What was the most expensive purchase you made because it was that good?
It wasn't really about the pussy for me. Because I'm third level out there for real. Like, it ain't no, excuse my language, it ain't no pussy I'm gonna get that's really ready for me for real. I feel like for me,
Wow.
it's like for me, it's I'm in it for her. I like to make people happy.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute.
All right, so
really
then
what
what's like the most expensive gift you've gotten a woman who is good all around?
I think I did it purses, and the people I mess with are pretty simple. They don't really.
What?
Yeah.
I'm looking at your chain and listening to your
He said-
answer.
Wait, hold on. You got to go back to the people I mess with are pretty simple.
For real.
They're plain
They
and simple.
they kind of enjoy me as opposed to the.
And the material things,
I
right?
don't really, cause I don't deal with the vixens and
Okay.
the industry and
Yeah.
like I don't really deal with. I deal with the motherfucker from around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones around the corner, they don't have them big city admirations and dreams. So
They don't.
get
Yeah,
that.
I get it. Okay, so I thought you meant they were simple-minded, but that's not what you said.
you catch you one off South. You catch you one off South Beach.
Yeah,
You got your hands full.
you got your hands full,
Yeah.
right?
You get one of these R&B singers. You got your hands full.
Okay. All
Them
right.
Motherfuckers got a whole different lifestyle.
Okay.
But you meet you one from Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, right up in the hood or still staying with their mama or something. They dreams a little bit.
Wow,
Stay
the
with
weak
their
and
mamas.
wounded.
That's saving
No,
money.
ain't no weak and wounded now. They just ain't got it together yet.
But
Weak and wounded.
when you say you
Shit.
the weekend, when
They
you
weak and wounded if
No.
they ain't got it
the
together.
low-hanging fruit, is that
You
what you
living
mean?
with your
No.
mama as a grown woman and you don't have any aspirations and a purse and a pair of shoes can make you happy. In my mind,
yeah.
you weak and wounded.
That's the
No.
gazelle who got a trick
yeah,
leg.
she got a that
Couldn't-
gazelle.
couldn't run.
Somebody done hit it in the leg already.
Third,
No.
when you say you're third level out, what do you mean by that? You're third level out.
I always tell people, man, if I wasn't rapping, I'd have went pro in that. I'd have went pro in sex.
And you would have went pro in sex.
Yeah, absolutely.
You. What
I don't
conference?
pro
I mean, I don't understand. Like
Not the Big East. Not the Big East.
Not the Big
It'd been the
East?
SEC.
Yeah, the SEC.
Yo,
Absolutely.
he's hysterical.
It'd been the
That's
SEC.
interesting.
For real.
Yo, pro.
Like, I'm
in
serious
sex.
about that.
You would have joined a professional league.
Absolutely.
So,
What's
I'm
up?
sorry, Sway. This topic. So, what's like your greatest trick then? You know how every pro athlete got their main trick?
I learn on the fly. I don't ever do nothing really the same, for real.
Yeah,
I make it up as I go.
the PSL, the Pro Sex League. We should start that. I mean, if I didn't have
Absolutely.
well, I ain't gonna say it, Heather.
Yeah, I was gonna say you in that.
Yeah, right.
And
right.
you got to have somebody good got to be at the top, correct?
That's true.
Absolutely.
There it is.
Absolutely.
Y'all are funny.
I retired.
Right.
A long time ago, Sway.
Well, I didn't retire in that sense. Get out of here, Tracy. Get the hell out of here, man. I commend you for that Trayvon Martin song you did, man.
That was salute. I appreciate it.
I haven't spoke to you since then, and I really, you don't have to do that. Artists don't have to do that, but I love when people use their platforms to, bring attention to something that, that was so as important as that injustice that a lot of us feel.
And I want to
So
share
that-
this before I even, and I should have probably did it before we even started. And I ain't telling you this story because I'm a part of the situation. I had this conversation with Crespo them before I got over here and Kevin them, etc. But Sway one of them dudes when this situation wasn't this situation. He was working I don't think I probably should say the other company name, but when he was working where he was working, he showed me a level of something that that was the first time for me. I always been where I'm from. It was never accepted to be friendly.
Yeah.
So you kind of mind your own business, did your own thing, kept it moving. And I remember at the last spot, the first place I first met Sway at, he pulled me to the side and just told me how much not only he appreciated what I did, but appreciated what I stood for. And it ain't had nothing to do with the records that was on radio. It was other situations and other moves that I was making that he respected from a principle standpoint. And I tell people that story all the time. Like, when I see you all the time, whether it's, different things that you got going on, I always tell people that. Like, that was the first time I came to New York and I met somebody that I felt was on the corporate America side that really understood me and my situation.
Man, I appreciate that. Man. Hey, man.
Real rap.
Yeah, that's real rap. And that song was powerful, that movement. And for you to do that, man, it just gave me more reason to salute you. Not to mention, I just like listening to a Plies record, especially on the weekends. If you driving and you got somebody with you, you could talk shit with his lyrics, and then the girls feel like you.
But that's what threw me. That's what threw me off. Like, me and my partners, when we first ran into you, when we got in the truck.
Yeah.
I said, man, that's Sway. Like, this, the nigga from such and such. Like, this nigga I see him on TV. Like, nigga know me. Like, he know my situation. And that was the first time that I had met somebody away from the Southeast region that was somebody of power. That I felt like, man, dog really fuck with me. Like, my brother was in prison at the time, and I was telling him that, like, boy, Sway know what's going on. And that, that's something for me. That's one of them highlights in music. I don't got a lot of highlights in music because I don't never expect nothing out of music.
Yeah.
But when I get certain things that happen to me, I'll be like, that's what
what's
it is.
up, man. I respect that, man. I appreciate that, man. Shit, you just know that this ain't a kumbaya moment, but
right.
You done things that, we inspire each other.
Right.
Believe it or not, no matter what it may appear that I've done or reached or what levels, I'm constantly, they'll tell you, I walk in here every day, I'm looking for inspiration.
Right.
You get it from a dude that's younger than you. You can get to do it from a dude that's your age or older than you, a girl, whatever, it doesn't matter. You're inspiring to me in that regard. Plus, your hustle is ridiculous. And you sound like you from Oakland the way you talk about these women, man. So I think we just got this. No, I'm just saying.
Sway from Oakland?
Yeah,
Sway from Oakland.
Raised, man.
You know what? Me and my brother was talking about just the whole Oakland considered the Bay.
Yeah.
About the whole Bay Area. We were saying how similar it is in words that we use.
Yeah.
Because I remember I first made the song Bruh Bruh. I remember when I went out there, they were saying, man, we been saying Bruh Bruh.
We been saying that. We said that when I was growing up.
Yeah, like I ain't know. I was like, bruh? And that's the connection. Like when I first went out there, I think I did something for KML?
Yeah,
out
Big
there.
Vine.
And
Yeah.
I said, man, this shit like the crib.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking like, nigga got gold teeth and niggas riding on, back then it was, 26s and
Yeah.
I said, damn, like I ain't never know the connection was so like this way across the other side of the world.
I mean, to be honest with you, the game might even be just a tidbit more advanced because it is Oakland. I just throw that out there.
Sway, you never said wet.
That's why I ain't finna argue with you big on.
All right, 888-742-3345. We got Plies here. We're gonna take some more calls. You wanna holler at, and the phone lines have lit up. Let's do it. All right. Sway in the morning, Shade 405. We got my man Plies is here, ladies and gentlemen, and we're gonna open up these phone lines. But I know Tracy G, you want to ask him. You want to ask him something else?
Yeah.
Okay, she's really fascinated with your fascination for pussy.
That's what she's gonna ask me about that.
I mean, yeah.
Probably.
Go ahead, Tracy.
That's not true. I wasn't going to ask
man?
that way. I was actually going to ask him about your friendship with Gucci Mane, because I know you guys have worked together a lot. And the last time that we had heard from him, he was on Twitter and he said that he was addicted to codeine.
Okay.
And then now, unfortunately, he's in jail. So I wanted to see, have you guys spoken at all? Do you know about the situation?
I ain't talked to Big Guap. That's I wish him the best on what he going through. I think man, a lot of times me and my brother was talking about this the other day, like being from the hood, man, and being from the bottom. A lot of motherfuckers ask for it, but the success can probably be the worst thing that ever happened to you. And it's sad, but it's true. You know what I mean? Like, I always use the example about Archie Manning, Peyton Manning daddy. Like Peyton and I started with Eli. Like Eli had Peyton to learn from. You know what I mean? Peyton had Archie to learn from. But when you come from where we come from, you got to learn this shit on the fly. You know what I mean? I tell people, When I got my first $1 million check, like I ain't know 400,000. That money wasn't my money. You know what I mean? I told people like, how you finna tell me this don't belong to me? Like this belong to somebody else. But I think that's what make this game, this situation so difficult for a lot of us that come from the streets for real, is that we got to figure this shit out. But you can make huge mistakes that can cost you before you get a chance to figure it out.
Right.
So, you know, being where we from and coming where we coming from, you know, success can be the worst thing that happened to a lot of us.
That's good. That's cameras too.
Shoot.
That fame is that's a harder drug. When you look at these reality shows, I was telling Kelly over here, I was looking at a reality show and I was telling somebody was like, well, why do you think this person did that? I said, because they couldn't anticipate. There's no way to fathom what comes, the wave that comes with fame. You might figure, okay, I'm gonna do this. I might get popular. I might get a little fame. But when you doing craziness too, you don't. When you're doing great, it affects everybody one way or the other.
Right.
When you're doing craziness, like we seeing on these reality shows, like people are just selling out just for that moment, you don't realize how that might affect your parent, your cousin, your homie, everybody involved with it.
Right.
And I do feel like it needs to be some type of, I don't know, when you go into the football league, the NFL or the NBA, they give you an orientation, right? They give you like a tutorial on, hey, man, these are the things, the pitfalls you should be looking out for. They don't do that in the rap game.
But one of the things I found was crazy when I first came to Atlantic, when I first came up here, they sat me in a room. And this lady came in. She was a nice dressed lady. She sat down and she said, you know what I'm here for? I said, nah, what you here for? So she said, I'm here to teach you how to talk, like when you go on the radio or when you're in front of a camera. I'm like, you trying to teach me how to talk? But it allowed me to understand the game a little bit better. And I said, you know what? They ain't trying to teach me about the business. Yeah. They just trying to not get me to embarrass the brand and the label of what they built. So I looked at it. I said, well, ain't nobody sat me down to let me know when the publishing check's supposed to come. Nobody ain't sat me and let me down to let me see the budgets for real. But that ain't something that this game is trying to show you. But when it comes down to embarrassing the logo and the brand, they care about that. But by me advancing a little bit, I ain't mad at that, because if I got artists, I don't want them to embarrass my brand either.
That's a good point. Plies is hanging out with us, man. We're going to open up the phone lines. Ricky, go ahead, man.
First of all, let me send a shout out to y'all, Shea 45 family. What's up, man? What's going on?
Hey, good morning.
And Plies, man.
What's happening, big
First
dog?
of all, man, I just want to say I love your music, dog. It's raw as hell. I mean, you speak the truth. I mean, it's real. And second question I had for you, man, was that song One More Time that you made?
Yeah.
Did that come from like a personal experience, or did you just write that shit? Because when that song dropped, man, I just got caught cheating by my girl that I was with for like 7 years. So that song could have dropped at a better time, man. I jammed out to that song like every day.
And for everybody who don't for everybody who don't know what the big homie talking about, that was a record that I had. I forgot what album it was on, but I was basically saying, you caught me cheating, you caught me lying, but before you go, baby, can we fuck one more time?
Simple
that was
request.
the record. That was the record that he talking about. But that was firsthand, man. That was a situation that I was actually going through, and it reminded me of something. Like I felt like I was just really that nigga for real. Like I felt like I was just really that dude. But I think even if you out here and you in casual relationships, it's a weird feeling to get caught. Like nobody like to get caught. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's a separate kind of disappointment.
Hell no, Ricky. I'm with you on that one, man.
So, that question, to answer your question though, that came from firsthand experience.
How'd you get caught?
All right, man.
Them cell phones, man. The motherfuckers, I don't like cell phones for real.
Found a text message.
Yeah, cell phones like that.
She found
but
a
see,
text.
I ain't never had I never put locks on my phone.
Passcode time,
smart,
son.
Not smart, yeah. Nate and Cali, what's your question?
What's going on, man?
What up, man? We got Plies in here. Go ahead.
All right, I wanna basically ask, man, Plies, how you feel, man? About that whole regime line you pushing, man. Yuck Mouth did that first. Did you feel like you had to acknowledge Yuck Mouth for that, man? Like, because that's like a conflict of interest in this rap game, man.
I don't feel it's a conflict of interest with me, because I ain't got to acknowledge nothing that is what it is. That's just like me using the word "duh," and the motherfucker said they used "duh" before me. Like, for me, I mean, I I walk how I walk out here, man, and it's important for me and for anybody who know me and know about my situation. I don't cross-reference nothing. Like, I ain't one of these artists that seen somebody else do something, then I do it. Like, if I did it, it came because that's what I thought of, and that's the way in which I move. But you got a lot of cats out here that try to make something be what they want it to be. It's kind of like following certain situations. Like, I ain't following what another nigga do. I'm doing me, but we might got the same mind. We might think alike. I don't go buy a car because I seen somebody else have it. But now that you see me and you got the same car, what you want me to do? Take my car back?
So you had no knowledge of Yuck Mouth regime, nothing.
Period.
All right. So okay, we got Plies in here. All right, Purple Heart. If all goes well, be released when?
We looking right now. Atlantic, asked me about December. I feel like I'm leaning more towards February. So, they respect my situation. They kind of let me rock when I'm ready to rock. But this time I ain't want to set a date and try to chase a date. I wanted to put the music out and let the music dictate when I come. So that's what we're doing right now.
Plies, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a round of applause.
Double
man.
salute.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate you coming by, man. And if you wasn't rapping, you'd be a professional sex guy, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what we're going to take away from this.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.